Sean started in 2008 right out of college as an international tax consultant, having gotten the job mostly because he networked with an executive at the firm while he was volunteering at a Coaches versus Cancer dinner in 2007. After just 5 years, KPMG sent Sean to New York to receive the coveted National Chairman's Award, an award given annually to the top 20 people at the firm of over 30,000. It was at that moment Sean unfortunately realized he wanted to do something different. Instead of leaving the firm, Sean transitioned into his company's global marketing team to learn the marketing side of a multi-billion-dollar global services firm. After 4 years in marketing, he moved to do what he really wanted to do all along: client development. Sean is the youngest director of business development at his company. Sean spends his days working on his passion of turning casual acquaintances into long-lasting business relationships. In the evenings, Sean works tirelessly helping others advance professionally through the company he founded called The Awkward Networker. His catchy and relatable brand was born from Sean's casual conversations with mentees about the awkwardness of networking and how to avoid the pitfalls he personally encountered at business and social settings. His website's been accessed by hundreds of thousands of people in 96 countries. He has spent the past few years traveling across the country speaking to different organizations, universities, and businesses, helping tens of thousands of professionals enhance their networking skills and personal brands. His book, That Was Awkward: 7 Secrets of an Awkward Networker, was published in late 2020. He is a tireless advocate for professional development with a passion for philanthropy. Last year, with the growing pandemic and hearing from many friends about job loss, Sean jumped into action and started the Furlough Network, a nonprofit to help workers who are temporarily furloughed or laid off. His webcast featured the top names in motivation, resilience training, resume writing, and career coaching. He also partnered with an organization called I Lost My Job to Coronavirus to provide access to over 100,000 jobs for his members. Sean lives in the Philadelphia area with his wife Kristen and their children Eric, Isabel, and Dean. Please welcome your 2021 10 Outstanding Young American, Sean W. Hand.
Wow, I'm so glad I'm wearing a tux tonight because I noticed I was wearing the same blue suit in like 8 of those pictures that I was wearing earlier today. I don't know if you noticed that, so I got to change my wardrobe a little bit. Well, thank you so much. This is such an honor. Thank you so much to JCI USA, to all of you for being here this evening, and especially for the other TOYA award recipients. I can't believe I actually get to be on the same stage as all of you. It's incredibly humbling. Also, a special thank you to my wife who couldn't be here this evening. She's at home with our 3 children. My youngest just had a second tooth, to which I said, "Oh, congratulations." And then I heard him screaming in the background. I was like, oh, okay. So she's at home holding that down. But she's always been such a big supporter of mine, so I really appreciate it. Yeah. Over the last 18 months during this pandemic, I've learned one really valuable lesson. And it's a lesson about the need for us to be a little bit more narrow-minded. Now, I understand a white, straight American male in a tuxedo just told you he wants to be a little more narrow-minded, so I feel like I should probably elaborate a little bit before you start throwing shoes in my head. Back when the pandemic started, I created the Furlough Network as a way of helping people who had been furloughed and laid off really get back on their feet and get back out there. And as a result of the pandemic especially, and its impact on certain segments of the economy, well, one of the first success stories that I had was a guy who had been furloughed and he knew his job wasn't coming back, so he came to us for help. And I motivated him and connected him with our resume writers who helped him write his resume, and then connected him with a couple of recruiters that were recruiting for a position I thought he'd be good for. So a couple of weeks later, I get a text from him, and it's 3 words, all caps: got the job. It's pretty cool, right? So a couple hours later, I get another text from the recruiter that said, "Hey, I don't know if you heard, we hired that candidate that you sent. Thank you for referring him. I think he's going to work out here." Now, as I read these 2 texts, my mind exploded with what I could only call like serotonin fireworks, just erupting with pride and happiness and fulfillment and just, self-approval. And then it happened. That same thing that happens to so many of us when we contribute our little happiness, our little value into the world. I realized it's still a little too provincial in scope. Still a little bit too small, right? I mean, after all, the world is much larger than just me and these two people. Here it comes. The voices in my head. You know, millions are still starving all around the world. I mean, what are we going to do about Haiti? Sure, racism is still rampant in America, and climate change is destroying civilization, but Sean, by all means, pat yourself on the back for helping out a couple of friends, right? Within milliseconds, my world expanded from me and these two people to billions of angry, warring, suffering souls. Just like that, it was gone. All of those happy feelings, those self-approval feelings, that validation that I had, it all evaporated just as quickly as it came. Those fireworks, vibrant fireworks, all dissipated, leaving behind nothing but the darkness of the night sky. I was nothing again, just some dude who helped a friend or whatever. I don't know, who cares, doesn't matter. And it was at that moment I said, you know what? No, I'm narrowing my mind a little bit. All the talking head pundits, all the social media commenters, all the global political strife, you don't exist right now. Right now, my entire world consists of just me, these two people in my phone, giving me love, giving me support, sending me positivity, because I need this right now. We need this right now. I took time out of my day to care, to try. Yeah, I didn't swing an axe or hammer a nail, but I built something, right? I mean, I went out into the world and squeezed a little bit of value out of the ether that didn't exist before, and I gave it to two people. These feelings of appreciation and self-worth and validation, we need to protect these feelings for ourselves, now more than ever. Because turn on the news, live on the social media, do you feel those same values? We are inundated every day with the challenges and the suffering of an entire planet, raw, unending, and uncut. We have become so desensitized to our own feelings of societal contribution that even when we succeed in these little ways, the overall magnitude of it seems so insignificant that we deny ourselves that validation that we deserve. So if the last 18 months has taught me anything, it's this. When you feel like that little value that you bring those around you, that little bit of happiness that you share in your community, in your family, in your friends, when you feel like that means nothing in this larger world, try narrowing your world for just a moment to just you and that person or those couple of people that you're benefiting. And enjoy, cherish that feeling of making that entire world a happier place. I gotta tell you, I am so honored and so privileged to be here with you. Right now, my world consists of all of you and JCI USA and my fellow TOYA award members, and I'm so honored and so humbled that you've invited me here to be a part of your world. Thank you.